it's important to draft it out and to have a blueprint and to keep our goals in mind. I found that this process, taking a few minutes to do this first, really helps me build my campaigns in MobileMonkey much more efficiently and with much less headache. So we have our goal for this messenger campaign, the principles we want to use in this messenger campaign, and we have the method we want to use. So the goal is to build our list of engaged leads who we can email and retarget. We're going to have them come into MobileMonkey. We'll be able to export them. We'll be able to email them. We'll be able to remarket to them using retargeting ads through AdWords, et cetera, et cetera. The principle we want to focus on is social proof and identity, and the method is this giveaway contest. Keeping these things in mind as we go along helps me keep my messaging consistent throughout the different pages of my MobileMonkey chatbot. And lastly, the ad concept we're using, and that's very important, is how long does it take? It's very important, obviously, to keep in mind what ad concept are we going with here. And that's exactly why we spent a few minutes to create the Facebook campaign, to design the ad, to get a sense of what the first thing a customer will experience, as opposed to designing the ad last after we design our MobileMonkey chatbot, because it just doesn't make sense to design and write the copy for the first thing a customer is going to see in this journey at the last stage of the process. So if you're doing messenger ads, I strongly recommend you following this approach and designing your messenger ads, writing the copy, visualizing and actually seeing how it's going to look in Facebook before you go and build the bots specific for that messenger campaign. So let's go and take a look at my blueprint. We've done it before on the whiteboard, but this one's going to be a little bit more complex. So I want to show it to you. Now remember, this is just a very rough sketch. I just want to get an overall structure. I mainly want to know how many pages I'm going to need and which pages I'm going to need. So the first page we're going to send people to is what I'm going to call the messenger lander. That's going to have a quick question. That's going to offer them 3 options of how many minutes it takes for the hangovers to go away. So I have the green one is the right answer. And if somebody selects the right answer, they're going to be pushed into the correct answer page. And that correct answer page will have its own flow. If a user selects either of the two incorrect answers, they're going to be sent to the wrong answer page. And that page is going to have a flow to get them to the right answer, right? We don't want to just give up. We want to say, okay, sorry, you got the wrong answer. Do you want to try again? And we could offer them 3 new options, one of them being the right option, make it a little bit difficult. And we'll make sure that they stay in this page until they get the right answer. When they get the right answer, they're going to be sent over to the correct answer page. And from there, we'll have an additional flow. So eventually, we want everyone to wind up in the correct answer page. It might be a quick question. There'll be a bunch of different widgets. We want to then segment out these users into 2 separate pages based on an important characteristic. And that important characteristic is, have you done IV therapy before? Because we know from experience, the way we market to our customers, it's very different if we're trying to get somebody to try IV therapy for the first time, or if somebody has used IV therapy and we're trying to convince them that we're the best option for them. 2 different types of marketing campaigns. So I'd like to get that valuable attribute. So we're going to try to construct a page that gets people to answer the question. And then the people who say that they've tried it before, we'll call them the vets. They're going to go into the vets page. The people who say that they haven't tried it before will go into the rookie page. And then there will be a specific purpose for each of those pages. So on the rookie page, we want to ask what holds you back. And this might be a little bit familiar to you because we've done this with chat blasts. But we're going to ask what would potentially hold you back from trying it, and we might give them a couple different options, like needles, cost, or they just need more information. On the vets page, we want to ask them what their experience was like. Do they have any complaints? Would they make anything better? Would they change anything? I want to start creating an NPS scale for our vets. Net Promoter Score, trying to segment things out and finding valuable attributes and characteristics that will help me create an audience of people who I could ask to promote our brand eventually. And then finally, we want everyone to end up, let's say, on a final conversion page. We might ask them for a phone number, we might ask them for a couple additional pieces of information, and the final conversion will be built as a form widget. We'll have a conversion action triggered on the form. That way I'll be able to measure the ROI of my campaigns. That's one more thing to remember. When it comes to Facebook, click-to-message Facebook ads, you're spending money. You want to know how much you're willing to pay for a conversion, what that conversion action is, and how much you end up paying for a conversion. Because of course, every marketing dollar that you spend online should be trackable, and you should be able to know whether or not it's producing the business results that you want it to produce. At the end of the day, we're in this for profit. At the end of the day, we're in this to grow our businesses. Everything we're talking about here, this entire lecture, this entire course, is just helping you do this in one way and do it efficiently. But especially if you're spending money on these ad campaigns, we want to make sure that we're able to track conversions and see what we're paying for